What's up, everybody, and welcome to And See That's the Thing, the podcast. I am your host, Darryn, and today I am here with my boy, Soul.
Hey, how y'all doing?
All right, so tell the people about yourself, who you are, where they can follow you on social media.
So, I'm Solomon, stage name Soul. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Soul Music, SOLMUSIX. A little bit about me. I am a multi-talented artist, born and raised partially here in Columbia, South Carolina.
So tell me what it was like for you growing up in Columbia.
Growing up in Columbia was fun. I was always surrounded by my family. I have a really large family, so we were always doing something, being crazy, being kids, really.
So tell me about your experience in college for the time that you did go.
College was cool. I went for technically a year and a half. I dropped out just because I felt like it wasn't for me at that time. I didn't have the discipline to sit down, go to classes, do my homework like I should have. I was definitely the party person, but it was something.
It's neither here nor there.
Right.
Okay, so going back to your upbringing, did you come out in your adolescence, or was it something that you did as you got older?
It was definitely something that I did in college. I had to make sure that I was self-sustained. That way, I could be okay if things didn't go the way that I wanted it to with my family. So yeah, it was definitely college. It's been an experience.
And when you did it, how did it go?
Not the greatest, but things are a lot better now.
Okay. So from your upbringing until now, at what point did music come into play?
Music has always been a really large part of my life. My grandmother and her sisters, they had their own group where they were going to different churches and singing. At family gatherings, we would all just be chilling, and then somebody start making up a beat, and then here we go, everybody singing and just having a good time. And then my mother herself, she's one of the best singers that I know. So just constantly having that around me, it's always been a thing.
Okay. And how has it impacted your life?
Definitely made music the top, I guess, talent that I wanted to chase. It was cool to see them do what they did, and I wanted to be a part of it myself.
Okay. So what made you want to become an actual artist?
I was the type of person where if I didn't see something in the world that I wanted, I would try to create it myself. So that's what I did with music. If I'm listening to certain things, I'm hearing certain things, and it's like, I want to hear a story a certain way, then I would start writing it. It started I was with one of my aunts on my dad's side, and I was just writing something, and then I started rapping, and she was like, oh my God. And I was just looking back now, it's but yeah, I don't know. It's just something I decided, I want to pursue this. Yeah.
Right. Now you have quite a bit of music out.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about your projects and your style of music.
So, at the very core, my music is rap. However, the word that I would give it is creative, simply because the way that I tell my stories, or the way that I am expressing an emotion, I have to choose the sound that'll kind of help convey the message that I want. So I have my punk rock songs, I have my dance hall, I have my rap, just straight rap, hip hop, I have experimental R&B. There's different ways that I try to attack my end goal.
Okay. Now your latest single, Alone, I love that song. It's a really beautiful song. Just singing and rapping, and the lyrics are really meaningful to me. I feel like it conveys a deep message.
Thank you.
What's the backstory of that song?
Well, one, thank you. Two, that song is it's very personal to me. I was going through some things with some people in my life, and what I felt the most essentially was alone. And so at that point, it was just like finding the best way to express what I'm feeling. And sometimes it's like you want to scream. So like, not necessarily that I'm screaming on the song, but kind of like singing. Singing a little bit like, I guess, with more intent, if that makes sense. So like instead of a ballad, now we have like this punk rock, like very energetic yet still very sad song. And so it's like I still convey the message that I want, but it's like something that you can really like be like, I don't know. It helps convey how intense I guess I was feeling in that moment. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the follow-up to that? Like, is there another single or an album?
To that specifically, or to that single specifically, not necessarily. I am currently about to release my deluxe from my Solstice era next Friday. So I had the two projects from Solstice and After Dark. And they're gonna be combined, and there's 2 new songs and then mostly like remixes. I didn't want to add any more music for real just because it was a lot. But I wanted to give that era a lot of time, attention, and just do something kind of different, especially because there are 2 solstices in a year. So it made sense for me to do one project for the winter solstice and one for the summer solstice. So I'm going to release that deluxe. It'll be this Friday that I'm releasing it on in a week. It'll be the year since I first started the era with my first single from it, Go Crazy, Go Stupid. Okay. So it just makes sense. And then after that, I don't know. I feel like Alone kind of showed where my artistry has come a lot. And I do want to continue to try doing sounds that people really wouldn't expect.
So do you feel like as an LGBTQ artist that you have to work harder, like to get noticed or to get your music out there?
Yes, because I feel like half the time, I feel like as an artist anyway, coming up, people look at you and be like, oh, you make music. I haven't listened to it, but is it like SoundCloud artists? And it's like, give it a try first before you know what I'm saying? No shade to them. Getting yourself out there, it's like, I want to say it's kind of similar to how it is with the whole like female rap game. Okay. Simply because a lot of people or LGBT artists have like, I don't know, it's like there's a bit of cattiness when it comes to the whole environment instead of a lot of unity. So the same way like on the female rap game side, they have to work really hard because of, I guess, the expectations that are put on them. It's a little bit more intense because now you're LGBT and people look at you like a little bit more differently because a lot of there's the balance of like the feminine rappers versus the masculine ones talking about gay things. Right. Not all the time is that a comfortable area for people to want to listen to just because of how the world is. So definitely got to put a little bit more in there.
Do you feel like it's easy to work with other LGBTQ artists? Because like you just mentioned, cattiness. So like, for example, with female rappers, you know, you have like some females who would be like, okay, I don't want to work with her because she's cool with her and I have a problem with her, so I don't want to work with her. Does that happen a lot?
Yes. It is. It can be very easy. It can be very hard. It's the same thing you just described where people just be like, I don't want to work with you because of somebody else. Or I think what was really interesting for me was like when I was meeting some new artists, a new like group of artists, I they thought that I was arrogant because I didn't like really engage on my social media, because I really don't like Instagram like that, so all my notifications are off. So they would leave comments or stuff like that, and I really just wouldn't see it. But they were like thinking that I was just this really arrogant person, and so they would take the stance of, oh, we don't fuck with you because of this, and it's like, I didn't even know. My bad. But even then, meeting them, like, similar to the rap or the female rap game, there's a whole bunch of like dissing and diss tracks, and so then that starts all this beef and everything is
chaotic.
Yes, it is. But there are other people that are like, it's very easy to work with them. It's like, hey, let's do it. I've tried to be a lot more collaborative with other people, especially people that are also growing, because it's like, all right, let's reach our goals together, kind of thing. I love to help and support wherever I can, because it's like, we're all doing this together. We all making names for ourselves. Why not elevate each other as we do it? You know.
I love that. Do you feel like you're not afforded the same opportunities as straight artists are?
At this point, I feel like yes and no. I feel like more opportunities, more doors are being opened up for the LGBT side. I think that there's obviously still going to be the level of uncomfortability where people are like, oh, I don't want a gay artist around or a gay artist performing. Don't do too much in front of this type of audience because we have to cater to this audience. You know, it's different things. And a lot of LGBT artists are very loud with their personalities just because it's just kind of like who we are. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really see that too much on the straight side. Well, if you do, it's more, I guess, for lack of better terminology, it's normal for them. So.
All right, so we share the same network, K Visuals TV. Shout out to K Visuals. And you recently joined the cast of My Lifestyle Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about your experience joining and filming the show.
It's been a fun experience. It's definitely been very interesting dealing with this group of individuals. I'll give it that. It's been it's interesting and fun. I don't know if I'm necessarily made for reality TV, but
why so?
Because I feel like I can be a little bit, what's the word?
Talk your shit.
I feel like I can be a little bit aggressive at times with my tone.
Okay.
I also feel like I have a problem with, unfortunately, speaking my mind a little bit too much without a filter.
Okay.
Most of the times I do try to have a filter, but it doesn't always work.
You don't think that's good for TV?
Maybe it is.
Authentically you.
Right.
I can see where it can be a problem, but it's good for reality.
I guess. I mean, that's fair. I do feel like on one side of it, I can see where you're coming from. Mm-hmm. On the other side of it, if there's ever like beef, I'm definitely the person that's like, forget everything else. Let's have this conversation right now. Like I don't care about anything else. If it's me and you need to talk, if it's whether or not we need to get on the phone, we need to text, whatever, let's have that conversation. I don't necessarily feel like I'm the person where it's like I'm gonna wait until I get in front of a camera specifically for that. And that is where I feel like I where maybe I'm not made for it because I don't like.
You just too real. You too raw.
That's what I would say.
Okay. Do you like everybody on the cast?
Of course. Okay. I do like everybody on the cast. I might not like things that everyone on the cast does.
Okay.
Mm.
You want to spell?
I'll just say it was a situation with me and somebody else where we was starting to go back and forth, and I think my biggest thing is like I don't really care to be necessarily right in a situation. We don't have to agree as long as we both understand where somebody else is coming from. That's my biggest thing. So when I'm trying to take that approach and it turns into like a screaming match, at that point I don't care anymore. I just want to piss you off.
And see, that's the thing. See, there you go.
I don't care anymore. It's like once I've been dismissed too much, once I've been talked over, once I've been disrespected, I no longer care. At this point, nobody's listening. So if you want to keep going, let's keep going. I'm just gonna egg it on. Okay. And I'm gonna make you even more upset. I don't care.
And that's the thing. I love that.
You be doing that too.
I do.
Understandable.
So what's the tea? What can you tell me about the season?
What's the tea? I just feel like people are people. People are people, and I'm getting to the point where it feels very divided, for one. For two, I don't really like how certain people do certain things. Like I said before, people are people. The biggest thing is don't lie on me, because I'll bring up everything that was said. If you lie on me, I'm gonna bring up everything you said too.
Receipts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. There's no problem with it. I'm down. Let's do it. Let's have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So it's been something. It's been something. And I can admit, I be petty too. I be having my petty moments, but usually that's just because if the door was open, I'm gonna follow through. Let's go. We all going through it here. But I do think one of like the best moments was we did escape room. So much fun. It was so much fun just being in that environment with everybody where everything else gets put to the side. We're trying to figure out this task. Like, how do we get through this? That was really cool because you get to see like just everybody's fun side. Put everything else away. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Just, yeah.
Are we going to see you as an artist on the show?
Absolutely. Yes. I've been doing some pretty cool things. I just got back from LA 3 days ago. Yeah. Went to perform out there. I also shot a music video. I have a show in 2 weeks. So, yeah.
And congratulations on your book.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. My book, I started writing my entire series back in 7th grade. At this point, I have 13 books, but I just went back and over the last year, I edited the first one so that I could finally publish it. Self-published, I did it through Amazon, but I had to edit it 14 times to get to the final result, and I was the only one really working on it. I had like 2 or 3 people read the book and just kind of like, does it make sense? Does it flow? And there was like only, I think, 2 times where I did real big changes to it, but Yeah, that was something else. I'm surprised you. Wow. Wow, that's interesting.
Okay, so do you have anyone special in your life?
No, I don't. Mm-mm.
Are you telling me the truth?
I'm telling you the truth. Because I own that. I got me somebody. Yeah, I own that. But no, it's just me. I'm just chilling right now.
Okay, so we're going to switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to get into something that I like to call hot shit.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
Oh, God, I'm scared. Okay.
And you, no, I'm scared.
I'm scared.
And you just answer them, honestly and truthfully.
Okay.
So, verbal or non-verbal?
Verbal.
Okay. Quickie or long sex?
Long sex.
How long are we talking?
It it depends. I don't mind a good hour and a half session. Not my.
You said it depends. So what's the deciding factor?
The chemistry.
Okay.
Cause best moments, the heat of the moment, like I don't know, I'm gonna keep going, like, and do more. Cause like, never mind, I'm not gonna. But essentially, yeah, longer. So we'll go.
And last but not least, spit or swallow?
Wow. It depends.
What's the deciding factor?
If we are in a relationship or not.
I like that. Okay.
Because if we in a relationship, I don't give a fuck about nothing. Like, let's go. But if we not, it's been fun.
I feel you. Okay, so where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I want to be more established as a artist and be able, like, to refine the routes that I'm going to get to my ultimate end goal. Definitely, probably somewhere better than South Carolina. I love it here, I do, but gotta go. So yeah, definitely more established, somewhere better, and just as a better person overall.
So in this very moment, what's next for Solomon?
This deluxe.
Next Friday.
Next Friday. I'm really excited because I've been working really hard, and it's like really nice to finally see the end of something that I wanted to do a year ago, and seeing it all come together at the end. That's priceless.
So that wraps up the episode. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I enjoyed talking to you. You're very interesting.
Thank you. I
And
enjoyed talking to you too.
Best.
Thank you so much. Same to you.
And that wraps up this episode of NC That's the Thing, the podcast. Make sure you follow me on social media at I am Darryn on all platforms. And I will see you next time.